Hi, I'm Ariana, 24, and I never thought a simple family dinner could turn my life upside down. But this happened. If you love wild family drama and shocking revenge stories, hit that subscribe button, because you're not going to want to miss this. So this all started a few months ago. My older brother, Jason, had always been the golden child in our family. Everyone loved him, everyone trusted him, except me. I'd always suspected that beneath his perfect smile and charming words, there was something darker. But I never expected it to hit me like this. It was a Friday evening, and my parents had invited everyone over for a family bonding dinner. You know, the kind where everyone pretends they're perfect. I walked in thinking it would be normal, just us chatting and laughing. But the moment I stepped into the dining room, I noticed it. Jason wasn't alone. There was this girl I didn't recognize, sitting way too close to him, whispering things that made him laugh in that way that used to make me trust him blindly. I froze. My gut screamed that something was off, but I stayed calm. For now. I greeted everyone politely, smiling even though inside I felt this storm building. The dinner went on, and I noticed small things. A text he quickly hid, a sly grin when no one was watching, a touch on her hand that lingered a little too long. My heart sank. This wasn't just flirting. It was betrayal. Later that night, I went through our family group chat messages, hoping maybe it was all a misunderstanding. But there it was, clear as day. Plans, secret meetings, photos that proved what I feared. Jason had been sneaking around behind my parents' backs, pretending to be the perfect son, while secretly lying and manipulating everyone. And the worst part? He had no idea I knew. Yet I spent hours thinking, should I confront him now? Or wait and plan? And that's when the idea hit me, revenge. Not some petty thing. Something that would open everyone's eyes and finally make him face the consequences. I started plotting, carefully, silently, and you won't believe what happened next. This happened next. After I found the messages, I didn't rush into yelling or calling him out at dinner. I needed proof that couldn't be shrugged off as misinterpretation. I started quietly, like a detective in my own home, because revenge that works is revenge that's smart, not loud. First, I saved everything. Screenshots, timestamps, the little receipts of lies. I set up a hidden folder on my phone labeled family stuff and backed it up. Then I kept watching. I followed the patterns. He always met her on Wednesdays at a coffee shop near our university, and he always left the house claiming to study late. The worst part was how natural he'd become at lying. He'd look me in the eye and say, "I'm going to Mom's," and my chest would drop because I knew it was another lie. One night, I pretended to be asleep so I could check his laptop when he left for that study session. I felt guilty, yes, but I rationalized every click. If he was hurting our parents and everyone, didn't they deserve the truth? His browser history gave me everything. Emails, a document he'd written that read like a script of apologies he used when people pressed him. There were photos, too, innocent selfies, but when I matched timestamps to messages, the puzzle fit. He'd been orchestrating scenes and hiding them under family obligations, but I didn't want to expose him like some petty social media call-out. I wanted it to hurt where it would matter, his image. Jason thrived on being the perfect son, so I built a plan that would collapse that image. I created a fake job interview, for him, an opportunity he couldn't resist, then, accidentally, forwarded him an email with an attachment labeled portfolio. The attachment was actually a short video I had made from the photos and messages, edited together with the voice notes he'd sent that proved he wasn't the faithful, responsible person he pretended to be. I invited my closest friend, Mia, to be with me the night I planned to confront him. Mia recorded everything on her phone. With my permission and hers, she's my rock. I confronted Jason in the living room, calm but icy. I turned on the laptop and played the video. His face went from smug to pale in seconds. Mom and Dad, who had been in the kitchen, came in when they heard the silence. The room felt like it had been vacuumed. Every breath went quiet. Jason stammered, tried to explain, but the pieces I'd gathered were too coherent. He tried to shift blame, to make it sound like I'd made a mistake, but the timestamps and messages were there, undeniable. Mom's eyes filled with that look I'll never forget, betrayal and hurt mixed together. And Dad just stood frozen, as if the floor had given way. My heart was pounding, because revenge had weight now. It wasn't just a plan. It would change our family. But I wasn't done. I had one more move, one I needed to make public so his perfect reputation couldn't recover. And you won't believe the way I made the whole internet watch him crumble. This happened next. After the living room confrontation, I knew private exposure wasn't enough. Jason could apologize later, smile through the grief, and slip back into his perfect son mask. I wanted consequences that matched the betrayal. Honest, public, and irreversible. So I did what felt sick and brave at the same time. I made his truth go where he had built his image, in front of people who idolized him. I uploaded the video to a throwaway account on a forum where people share real-life revenge stories, Reddit. I titled it exactly like this, Reddit Stories Entitled Family, and in the post I explained everything, but I kept the facts clear and cold, dates, screenshots, the timeline. I didn't smear or embellish. I let the evidence speak. Then I waited. That minute felt endless. I watched comments trickle in, then flood. People reacted with shock, rage, and oddly sympathy for me. The post hit more subreddits than I expected. It was like opening a dam. Suddenly, strangers were talking about our family as if they had a stake in it. Word reached our extended family within 24 hours. Messages popped up from relatives who had always believed Jason without question, asking if it was true. Some called to comfort my parents. Others demanded answers. He tried to fight back, claiming privacy invasion, asking me to remove the video, but the internet moves fast. Screenshots of the post spread. Whispers turned into phone calls and then into a family group storm where everyone had to choose a side. The fallout was brutal. Mom retreated into silence for days. Dad stopped answering calls that used to be routine. Jason's friends started to distance themselves, embarrassed to be associated with someone who'd lied to everyone. He lost an internship offer that was contingent on character references. The perfect son persona crumbled not because I wanted to ruin him, but because he'd built it on lies. After everything, I felt strange. Relieved, yes, but also hollow. Revenge had a bark and a bite, and I had used both. We had family meetings, angry, tearful, long ones. Jason apologized, his voice breaking in ways I'd never heard. He said things that sounded genuine, but I'd learned the hard truth. Apologies don't erase patterns. He agreed to therapy and to be honest, and he begged for a second chance. Whether he changes is beyond me. People can choose, so why did I do it? Because secrets rot families from within, and sometimes the only cure is sunlight. I wanted my parents to stop living in a fantasy where everything was perfect. I wanted honesty no matter how painful. And I wanted Jason to face himself. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, I know that ache. This happened to me, then I fought back, and you won't believe what happened next. Our family is still healing, but we're rebuilding on truth. If you want the full raw timeline, screenshots, and the private messages that sealed everything, I put the whole video up for you. Call to action. If you liked this story, subscribe for more real revenge stories. Hit the bell and drop a comment. Have you ever exposed someone who hurt your family? Share your story and let's support each other.